Inside the Mind of a Master Procrastinator, The Rocking L Show.
Inside the Mind of a Master Procrastinator, it's a title that immediately appeals to those of us that have spent a solid 3 hours on the internet rummaging through social media, news articles and games instead of doing something more productive. Moreover, what happens in the mind of a master procrastinator? In this TED Talk, Internet writer Tim Urban explains what happens in the mind of a procrastinator, and why one specific form of waiting until the last minute leaves a lot of people feeling unfulfilled. For procrastinators and non-procrastinators alike, both brains have a rational decision maker in them, he says. Likewise, what are the 4 types of procrastinators? Here's my guide to 4 different types of procrastination and how you can beat them. Anxious procrastination, fun procrastination, plenty of time procrastination, perfectionist procrastination. Also to know, how do you master procrastinate? Follow these simple steps and you'll be procrastinating pretty soon, maybe today but probably tomorrow. 1. Don't schedule anything. Master procrastinators know that forethought is the enemy of procrastination. 2. Be distracted. 3. Avoid beginning your work. 4. Expect change. 5. Wait. 6. Panic. 7. Promise to never procrastinate again. Why do procrastinators procrastinate, Ted? Procrastinators are threatened by complex work which gives them anxiety, and that is where amygdala comes in, telling us to find pleasure in other activities. Going ahead, you'll from him how to overcome procrastination, that is planning for goals, time, resources, process, distractions, and for failure. 34 related question answers found. Is procrastination a mental illness? For these individuals, procrastination may be symptomatic of a psychological disorder. Procrastination has been linked to a number of negative associations, such as depression, irrational behavior, low self-esteem, anxiety and neurological disorders such as ADHD. Others have found relationships with guilt and stress. What are 2 types of procrastination? Personally, I have encountered 2 types of procrastination, destructive and productive. Destructive procrastination, anything that moves you away from your goal in a long-term or permanent manner. If you're working towards a goal, then destructive procrastination is not having your focus and desire behind it. Is it okay to procrastinate? Procrastination is really the art of managing delay, and it can lead to greater success and happiness. Partnoy calls it active procrastination. While both authors agree that unstructured or passive procrastinating is really laziness, they say that procrastination can be good when used in the right way. Why do procrastinators procrastinate? Why procrastinators procrastinate? The action of delaying or postponing something. Your first tip is to avoid procrastination. Who would have thought that after decades of struggle with procrastination, the dictionary, of all places, would hold the solution? Avoid procrastination. How do you solve procrastination? Step 3, adopt anti-procrastination strategies. 1. Forgive yourself for procrastinating in the past. 2. Commit to the task. 3. Promise yourself a reward. 4. Ask someone to check up on you. 5. Act as you go. 6. Rephrase your internal dialogue. 7. Minimize distractions. 8. Aim to eat an elephant beetle first thing, every day. How do you treat chronic procrastination? 5 ways to cure chronic procrastination. 1. Get to the root cause. First, you have to understand and identify what you're trying to do and what is holding you back. 2. Reward instead of avoid. 3. Watch for icebergs. 4. Change your thinking. 5. Reframe it. Why does procrastination happen? It usually happens when people fear or dread, or have anxiety about, the important task awaiting them. To get rid of this negative feeling, people procrastinate, they open up a video game or Pinterest instead. Once the reality of a deadline sets in again, procrastinators feel more extreme shame and guilt. What is Urban's epiphany? 3. A1. a usually sudden manifestation or perception of the essential nature or meaning of something. 2. An intuitive grasp of reality through something, such as an event, usually simple and striking. 3. An illuminating discovery, realization, or disclosure. How do you change from being a procrastinator? 1. Write down your goal and give yourself a deadline. A goal without a deadline can be put off indefinitely. 2. Break your goal into small pieces. 3. Visualize the future you want. 4. Harness fear. 5. Build accountability. 6. Reward progress. 7. Act bravely daily. What does TED Talk stand for? Technology, entertainment, design. Are you a procrastinator? You're a procrastinator, and it's not something to be proud of. It means that you miss deadlines and waste a lot of time. You need to understand better why you procrastinate. There are several reasons for it, and more than one may apply to you. And you need to learn the steps you can take to stop doing it. What is the panic monster? For the uninitiated, the panic monster is the part of your brain that wakes up and has a freak out when a deadline draws too close. He's the only thing the monkey is terrified of and the only reason a procrastinator ever manages to get anything done. What is TEFT? Liberalized Automatic Freight Rebate Scheme for Traffic Loaded in Traditional Empty Flow Directions, TFD. How does procrastination affect your time management? Sometimes procrastination is the direct result of poor time management. If so, the tips given in the time management section should help. Procrastination can also be the result of emotional and psychological factors, such as stress, depression, low self-esteem, and poor impulse control. How do you stop procrastinating? A simple guide to mastering difficult tasks. Download How to Stop Procrastinating, a simple guide for mastering difficult tasks. How to Stop Procrastinating is a straightforward, systematic framework for building an action-oriented habit through all the areas in your life. In this book, you will discover 8 specific reasons why people procrastinate. Who is Ted Urban? Tim Urban has become one of the internet's most popular writers. With wry stick figure illustrations and occasionally epic prose on everything from procrastination to artificial intelligence, Urban's blog, Wait But Why, has garnered millions of unique page views, thousands of patrons, and famous fans like Elon Musk. What does procrastination do to the brain? And if you keep it up, researchers have found that chronic procrastination is linked to low self-confidence, low energy, and depression. Overall, your quality of life will probably be worse than if you just listen to your prefrontal cortex.
I hope you found this podcast informative. If you have any comments about this or the other episodes, please comment where available or send them to the Rocky Nell Show at rockynellentertainment.ca. I'll be looking forward to reading them. You can also hear the podcast from other apps. Go to www.rock103.ca/apps, where you can download your favorite apps to your devices. Until next time, goodbye everybody. The Rocky Nell Show.